What the hell was that? What the hell was that?
Oh shit, bro. Oh Jesus. I hit it again just for you, Isaac.
Nope.
Bruv. Happy New Year, everybody. Oh, Jesus Christ. Go ahead, Isaac. You could bring us in.
You're already starting off this new year with the podcast like wrong.
Stupid.
Anyway, welcome back to Guy Talk Uncensored podcast. That's right. I made it official in the logo. We are a podcast and it needs to be shown. I'm your host, Isaac, along with my co-host who tends to fuck up everything, RJD. Brother man, what's going on with you? And what the hell just happened? Stupid.
Oh man. I'm sure you are you hearing all my joints? You hearing them, right?
Yeah, I'm hearing them. Bro,
I gotta hear one more.
the countdown went and the countdown end, and then it went back to the countdown again. I was like, what just happened? What just happened?
Oh Lord have
It
mercy.
was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
I'm sorry. So what happened was, listen, man, I'm Naruto, okay? I'm Naruto. Anything can happen. You never know. I always mess up, but I always win in the end. So what happened is very simple. When I do my streaming and wrestling podcasts, my intros, they have a loop because I have a song and then I hit loop. So what happens is I didn't take off the loop button. So, so it went from 30 back down to 1, back to 30. So I quickly clicked off the loop so it wouldn't happen again. Messed up, my bad.
Oh my God. What up, Kim? See
Sorry.
you in the chat.
Stupid.
Oh, man. I was sorry, goddammit.
This is why I need to take over. This is why I need to take over all of this.
You don't need to take over shit, all right? I have the computer stuff down to a science.
Well, that science ain't working, brother man. It is not working. So
Good morning, kid. Like and share the content. Share it to everyone you know. Oh man, I messed that up, man.
You stupid.
I messed that up. How'd I do that? Oh man. I said I was sorry, man. Oh man, this is funny, man. It's a new year, same old ish. Same old ish, man. How did that happen, bro? How'd you do that? I blame you.
How you blame me? You're the
I
one that
blame
brought
you.
us in.
No.
Well, I mean, I introduced us, but you're the one that started the
You
whole
brought us
countdown.
in.
I brought us in. You started the whole loop shit. I didn't do that. I can't. I have no control over that. You yourself did that. This guy.
Listen, man.
Stop the cap.
So I'm assuming this is going to go on TikTok.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
clip
That's
it.
the first thing I'm putting up.
Clip
That's
this
the
and put
first
it
thing
on
I'm putting
TikTok.
up. This and that's the first short I'm putting up. Like, damn, new year, same old ish. Mess that package up. I fucked that package all the way up. Oh man, listen. Happy New Year, everybody. It is 2023,
Yes, Happy New Year.
and we are starting off very, very good, very wonderfully.
We're really not. We're really not. We're really not.
Listen, all I can say Is that shit happens, man? Oh, I'm lagging.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I was.
lagging a few times.
Oh yeah, I was, but now I shouldn't be lagging anymore. I cut off some things. Let me know if it continues.
Oh,
If
you
it
know I will.
continues, I will refresh.
You know I will let you know.
You stupid.
Anyway, that's for the internet. No, that's for you. God damn it, that's for you. Yes, Isaac. First things first. Happy New Year, brother man. How was your New Year, sir?
My New Year's was good, bro. Actually, the holidays were really good. My mom got to finally meet, my girlfriend's family. She met the mom. She already met the sisters like
Oh shit,
a couple
meeting
of
the
times,
mom.
but
Okay,
yeah,
excuse me.
mom met the my mom met her mom, her aunt,
Wait.
her uncles, cousins. She met them at the in Brooklyn because that's where we celebrate the holidays at.
In,
So she got to meet
in
them.
Brooklyn. In Brooklyn.
Yeah, in Brooklyn,
Brooklyn. In Bucktown.
Bucktown. But yeah, so she
Okay,
got to
so
meet the family, and it was pretty good, man. Pretty good.
is that where you spent your New Year's or your
Yeah,
holidays in general?
yeah.
Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. My New Year's was good. I was chilling with my boy.
Thank you,
Homeboy
Brenda.
was a
I
good
appreciate
friend.
that.
It was dope. Brenda. And speaking of Brenda, I am so glad Brenda wasn't on my other stream the other day where I died like five.
Brenda, you
Brenda would
slacking.
have
You're
had a field
supposed
day
to
with that
be
shit.
on his streams, and you're supposed to hit me up
Brenda would have
and let
got me,
me know,
man.
Isaac, get your ass on Rayshawn's streams. He's dying, so we could all tease him together. You're my teasing buddy. We're supposed to be teasing this guy on the streams, and you're slacking.
I ain't gonna
You're
lie.
slacking.
She'd have got me because she was, yo, that video, I died, man. I mean, I beat the boss. I put the clip up when I beat the boss. I don't know if you've seen it on my Instagram. But I put it up. I think I put it up on TikTok. But I beat the boss, and I was like, "Let's go! I won!" I hit mad buttons. Brenda
Brenda
would have had a field day with that shit. I'm glad she wasn't there.
We
So
both would have.
so you know
We would
what?
have been attacking you.
You get booed, Brenda. You getting booed. You missed it. But I had Kim there. Kim was cheering me on. So shout out to Kim. She is the Don DeMarco. 2023, we're gonna earn these Don DeMarcos. We're gonna earn them. I'm not giving Don DeMarcos out for no reason. All right. I'm lagging again.
Yeah.
All right, let me see if I can cut something. Oh man, the thing went away. You know what I need to do? This I need to do. All right. That should help with the lagging. That should help with the lagging. All right, let's put this over here. Let me know if it happens again. But yeah, Kim was there helping me out, and I got through it. Yes, my energy saved you in the game. Yo, that was a difficult boss battle, and I won that shit. So I don't care. Don DeMarco for me, goddammit. Listen, Brenda, hit the like, hit the share button. We got a lot of good shit to get into today.
But
But
before we start,
what?
I
Oh,
did
go ahead,
say
bro.
at the end of last year of our podcast that I have a special announcement. So for those of you who don't follow me on any social medias, I'm gonna have to punish you in some way. But for those of you who don't follow me on social media, and for those who are already here in attendance, already know, my girlfriend and I are expecting our first child together
Oh shit.
coming this year.
Oh, we're
So
gonna hit all the buttons. Go ahead, bro. Congratulations, brother. I had to hit the buttons, man. You gotta hit the buttons for that. I'm trying to think of another good button to hit, but I don't. Oh wait, I know a good one. Will you get in trouble? I know a good one to hit, but I
that
don't know.
depends on what the button is, bro.
Evelyn be watching the streams. I don't want to get you in trouble. Wait.
I want to have intercourse.
Thanks, Kim. Thanks. Thanks. I appreciate that.
Oh man, congrats, brother, man.
Thank you.
Congrats, man. Good shit. Good shit. So this would be a numero dos for you, right?
Yeah, my second, but our first together. So I'm excited. I'm hoping for a girl. She wants a boy. I want a girl because I already got a boy. But either way, whatever it comes out, I'm still gonna love that child no matter what, boy or girl.
Absolutely, bro.
And I will continue to protect my kids with my life, as I try to do with the first one, and I will continue to do that with many more.
As you
Yo,
should, man. That's
you know,
dope.
you know what's crazy? Like when my son was born, I was in that delivery room crying my eyes out because I couldn't believe it. Like I was a dad, you know what I'm saying? And I have a feeling it's gonna happen again. Being a dad again for the second time. But bro, just watching him there crying because when the babies cried, they started cleaning him off and stuff like that. But when I got to him, I started counting his toes, making sure everything was in place and in order. And then I put my finger on his hand and he grabbed it and then he stopped crying. Then I left. I went to sit down while they finished doing what they had to do, and he starts crying again. They wrapped him up and they put him in my arms, and he stops crying. And I'm like, this kid knows who his daddy is. So, it's definitely an amazing experience to see the child give birth. Um, I just wish I had like done more to help her out while she was giving birth, but I think it was just like the total shockness of it happening as I'm seeing everything unfold. And I was just like, wow, like this is my child. This is I'm gonna be a father. And when I first found out, I was scared because um and I don't know if anybody else knows, but I don't really have a good relationship with my dad. The only person that I actually had a good relationship and always looked up to as a father figure was my grandfather. until he passed o- until he passed away on 2000 in the 2000s. And I never really had like a father figure role model after that. I did look towards to like other people, but it just wasn't the same when it was with my grandfather. He taught me how to throw a football. He taught me how to play baseball. He always spent time with me. Matter of fact, my love for baseball is because of my grandfather. Because my grandfather uh, was watching the Yankees play one day, and I was 7 years old. Went into his room. I laid my head on his belly and watching the Yankees, and got to see Bernie Williams smack a home run. And that was it. That was my love for the New York Yankees ever since. But he's a Mets fan. My grandfather was a Mets fan, but he watched both New York teams because they were New York. So that's how my love for baseball came. And he did so much for me. And then I'm trying to get myself back to that time in my life where my grandfather was such an impact, so that I could do the same thing for my kids. And when they have their kids, I could be that same type of role model as my grandfather was. You know what I'm saying? So, when you're a first time parent, you're gonna make mistakes here and there. I've trust me, I've done it a lot, and I'm still continue to do it because I'm still learning. But I know eventually I'm gonna get there where I'm not gonna make as much mistakes as I did before, and I just hope for the best for my kids, even when I'm not around. Like I just hope for the best for my kids that they do right and they be better in this world, well, for this world than any of us ever was. You know what I'm saying? So just wanted to share that.
Well, all I can say is congrats, and like I said, it's a beautiful thing. People out here having kids. Hopefully, hopefully you get the girl you want. You know, your girl wants a boy, but listen, healthy baby doesn't matter. It's gonna be a
Exactly.
beautiful thing either way. So
Yep.
good to start off. Good to start off with some positivity. And as we jump into our first topic, we're going to talk about some more positivity from a negative situation. Let's talk about Damar Hamlin. So, unless you have been, I'm hearing myself, or maybe that's because I'm hearing your thing, but it doesn't matter. Unless you've been living under a rock, Damar Hamlin plays for the Buffalo Bills, and they had a game versus, what was it, the Bengals, right?
Bengals. Yeah.
So they had a game versus Cincinnati Bengals last Sunday, and Damar Hamlin actually made a tackle. And after he made the tackle, he got up and promptly dropped, and everybody he just like dropped to the floor. It was weird because he made the tackle. I'm probably gonna matter of fact, let me pull up the video. Uh, Maybe I'll pull up the video. I'll keep the sound off because as long as the sound off, we won't get hit with no copyrights or nothing. Um, Hamlin. All right. It should pop right up. But yeah, he just kind of collapsed and it was weird. Let me see if I can find the right one. All right. This is it. Hold on. We're gonna mute extremely fast because I don't want to get hit. Mute. All right. So I have to change this. Hold on. Do 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 do. All right. Change that real quick. So, unless you've been, like I said, unless you've been living under a rock. So, as you can see, there's Damar Hamlin right there. And then he just promptly falls down. And it was weird as hell. Let's get rid of this because I don't want to get hit with no copyrights. It was weird as hell because he actually like he made the tackle as you can see and then he just fell and that's weird. And you know most people they're like, oh, maybe he hurt himself, you know, maybe a hurt shoulder, hurt knee, you know, people just drop to a knee, maybe towards ACL or something. But it became quickly apparent that this is much more than just a hurt freaking knee or a shoulder or something because he wasn't moving. And I was actually watching that game, which is crazy. He wasn't moving, nothing happened, he wasn't moving. And then you just see everybody slowly come out. You see trainers and everybody come out. And then throughout the day, well, throughout the next couple of minutes, you start seeing people. They start showing the players crying and all this other shit. And that's how you know it gets serious. When you see players doing this and then they're crying, like a lot of players don't really cry for like a hurt shoulder or a hurt knee.
Right.
Like they'll be like, damn, they'll feel. But I mean, grown ass men in tears. So you know it was something serious. And then you find out that he had like a damn heart attack and they revived him on the field. We found this out later on. But he died. And then they brought him back. And then I think they brought him back again at the hospital, which is bananas. So then in the next upcoming days, they had to put a tube down his throat. He wasn't breathing on his own. They put him in I guess what's the word I'm looking for? An induced coma.
Yeah.
And it's something induced coma. I forget the first word. And then he wasn't breathing. Then the next day after that, his breathing was at like 50%. So it wasn't like he wasn't breathing at all on his own at 50%, which is better, but he still was unresponsive. And then the next day, that's when he had like opened his eyes and I think I took the tube out and he was breathing on his own. And then the next day, which was I think yesterday, is when he was tweeting. Like he put out a tweet. I'm gonna pull the. If you don't have it, I'll pull the tweet up. But he pulled the. He started tweeting, and there was something. There was a meme going around said like that he asked the doctor who won the game, and the doctor said you won. You won at life. Like you won. He won at the game of life. So like just Don DeMarco. Because this situation was crazy as hell. So, what are your thoughts on this, brother Isaac?
Bro, it was a scary situation to watch, definitely, on the TV. And I was like, yo, what happened? Like, I thought maybe he just got dizzy and he just like passed out or something. But to hear that it was a cardiac arrest and then that they had to give him CPR to bring him back on the field, I was like, oh, this shit is serious. And watching his body, excuse me, watching his body in the ambulance, just like putting him in the ambulance and taking him to the nearest hospital. Which, by the way, I want to like applaud everybody that did their job that day. The doctors.
Well, let me hit you down, DeMarco, for them real quick, bro.
I think the guy that was on the field. I think the guy that was working, either with the Bills or was part of the medical staff and on the field was the one that gave CPR. So my man really did his thing and brought him back.
Yeah, saved his life, bro.
Saved his life, and I'm constantly on Twitter because you get the news fast on Twitter than you would get anywhere else. So I'm like constantly on Twitter trying to hear updates. First couple of days I didn't hear anything. I was like, okay, then that like after those 2 days, then that's when I started to hear it. I started to see it. Oh, he's slowly improving. He's showing signs of improvement, but he's still in a coma. He's still got the tube down to breathe and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, so this is good. This is the first sign of something good. And then good news just kept coming. He's breathing on his own. He's awake. He's talking to his families. He's talking to his teammates. And then I was just like, wow. And my thing is whether you want to believe or not, but the power of prayer really does work. Because when that happened to Damar Hamlin, everybody, doesn't matter if he was playing baseball, if he was playing soccer, if he was playing basketball, everybody united as one and gave and prayed for his health, prayed that he would get through this. And if he gets through it, praying for his recovery. And like, that's just something that's something I haven't seen like ever, where everybody was just, gathered together as a unit and praying for somebody else's life. I mean, you still got a couple of, idiots out there that were saying some stuff, but those people, they're not. Those are the people that I don't have a human soul, don't have a heart. But everybody that day gathered together as one and just prayed for his life, and that's amazing. It's really amazing, and I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he's doing well. And he did say that when he gets back out there, he's gonna be 10 times more stronger. But I'm gonna tell you this right now. Just take it easy for the moment, man. Don't even worry about the games. The Bills are gonna do their thing with you in their mind and everything. I'm pretty sure that all these wins that they'll catch now is just gonna be in your honor. You know what I'm saying? So just worry about your recovery, bro. Glad you're doing K. Spend that time in your recovery, and when you get out, just focus on your family, man. Because Mama Dukes was there. I don't even want to imagine what that woman was going through to see your child just fine for 1 second and then he drops and then loses his life for a few minutes and then comes back, loses his life again, comes back. Like, that's scary as a parent. This is something that you would never want to experience ever a day in your life. So, but I'm happy. I'm happy that he's doing well. I'm happy that, that everything just turned out great. I'm just happy, bro. I'm just happy. Just generalizing, like, happy that he's doing fine, because that was scary. And so like, I'm an empath, right? So I could feel everybody's emotions, and watching that the teams from both sides, the Bengals and the Bills, was very like emotional. I even started getting emotional, and it was a crazy day. And I think like right now, just gotta just try to leave that in the past, push through, and do what we gotta do. And tomorrow, just
Well,
focus on your recovery, brother, man.
he did put out a tweet saying, "Putting love into the world comes back three times as much. Thankful for everyone who has reached out and prayed. This will make me stronger on the road to recovery. Keep praying for me." Don DeMarco for him. Real talk. Real talk. The fact that he 24-year-old, see, no one, and I mean no one, expects 24-year-old football players to basically have a heart attack on the field, regardless of if they get, especially on the defensive side, because they're normally the ones doing the hitting, not the ones getting hit. So the fact that this actually happened to him is crazy in itself. And I've never seen anything like this where somebody drops down like that on the field and then they have to be revived back. That is bananas to me. I've never seen that taking place ever. And the fact that he's he's young, he was able to come back from it. It's like it's an amazing thing. That's what it is. This is something that I hope to never see again, and it was crazy. Now they did end up stopping this game. Let me get this out of here. And there was some backlash against Skip Bayless, as we're gonna get into that.
Oh
There was
yes,
some backlash against Skip Bayless for it because Skip Bayless said in a tweet, "No doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game, but how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant." And he got into it with hold on. I didn't see this.
What we're going to set out to do here today, if it offends anyone, because
So this is something new. I haven't heard this, but I just saw it.
pretty much as we usually do the show.
This is January 3rd, I think.
I'll admit up front,
It's only 2 minutes, so we'll just listen to
I'm
it.
still shook up by what happened last night to DeMar Hamlin.
This is Twitter, so we shouldn't get
I'm
hit.
still wrecked. In fact, I'm not sure I'm capable of doing this show today. But after barely sleeping on it, I decided to give it a try. Maybe I'll fail. Maybe we will fail, but we're going to try. We wrestled through much of the night whether to even do a show today because it felt like in our minds, we almost can't win with this because the last thing we want to try to do is come off as insensitive to what this young man is going through in a life or death situation. The last thing we want to do is offend anyone by trying to do what we always do, which is talk about sports. As this show goes on, we're going to try to talk about a little bit of sports, but we're going to continue to talk about what happened to this young man last night and try to sort back through it with help from you in the audience. And we ask you now, if you'd like to tweet us your emotions of the night and of this morning about what happened to DeMar Hamlin, please do so. You can tweet us at @undisputed, and I will be sharing some of your tweets.
Okay, so that's just him talking about DeMar, but he got into a lot of backlash because a lot of people thought that he really didn't show a lot of compassion for Lamar because of that tweet. It's like, now remember, the teams didn't play. They left the field. So because the teams left the field, The NFL has to figure out what they're going to do about this game. Are they going to try and make up the game later on in the season? Or are they going to try and do something else? But when Skip had put that, it was like, yo, bro, like a lot of people are like, yo, bro, why would you expect them to go out there and play when a man literally died on the field and had to be resuscitated? His brothers that he plays with, they are like shell shocked. They're like dumbfounded. They're like, yo, how do you expect him to play after that? They don't know if he's going to be alive or dead when they bring him to the hospital. And a lot of people got mad at him for it. I think, and Sharp did not show up to that show on what, you can hear me? Oh,
No,
hear me?
I'm saying I was one of those.
Oh yeah,
I
a lot
was-
of people got mad because he didn't. Well, not mad at Shannon, but Shannon Sharp didn't show up to that next episode, and I understand why. Let me see if this is another thing. Hold on.
Good to see you, Shannon. I understand. There's something you want.
So now this happens. So now the DeMar Hamlin thing happens, right? So the next day, Shannon Sharp didn't show up. He was not on Undisputed that day. Now the day after that is this, and this happened. So let's listen to this. It's only a minute and 40 seconds.
There's been a lot of speculation of why I wasn't on air yesterday, and I won't get into speculation or conjecture, innuendo, but I will say this. In watching that game on Monday night, what happened to DeMar Hamlin struck me a little different. As a brotherhood in the NFL, when injuries happen, when we know injuries are a part of the game, I've seen guys suffer ACLs and Achilles tear, but I've never seen anybody have to be revived and fight for their life on the field. So it struck me a little differently because I remember seeing my brother paralyzed on the field temporarily, and he was able to regain focus. Skip tweeted something, and although
there it is. There it is.
I disagree with the tweet, and hopefully Skip would take it down. But I didn't want it.
Well, time out.
Yep, there he goes.
My man said, whoa. Hold up.
I'm not going to take it down
Okay,
because I stand by what I tweeted.
Skip, let me
Okay.
finish. Let me,
All right. Okay.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Go ahead. Let's go, Jen.
Okay.
I mean, I cannot even get through a monologue without you interrupting me.
Okay.
You
Well-
could have came back, Skip.
Well, I thought
Skip, just let.
I didn't know you were going to bring up.
No, I was just going to say, Skip. I didn't want to yesterday to get into a.
What up,
situation
Kim?
Mar Hamlin was the issue. We should have been talking about him and not get into your tweet. That's what I was going to do. But you can't even let me finish my opening monologue without you interrupting.
Okay. I was under the impression you weren't going to bring this up.
And that's another thing. Skip was like, whoa, I thought we weren't talking about this right here. What's going on? So
Because nobody here had a problem with that tweet.
No, clearly the bosses wanted you to offer explanation. So clearly,
No,
somebody.
they did not have. Nobody.
Let's go, Jen.
Shannon's over it, bro. Shannon was over it, bro.
Yo,
Shannon was like, bro.
Yeah, I
Shannon
know
was
Shannon
like-
Sharp, bro. Sharp, bro. He wasn't
bro.
playing that, bro. He was like, please, bro. Please.
Kimberly, what it do? How are you? Let's hit Kimberly with the
Perfect.
thank you. Hit the like button, girl. Happy New Year, Kimberly. And happy belated birthday again. I know your birthday was last month, but I haven't seen you, so happy birthday. But yeah, man, he wasn't having that shit. He was, he was like, let's go, Jen. Let's go, Jen. So, Isaac, being that I went on that long monologue, what did you think about the tweet? Because I know you had a lot to say about this to me off the camera. So, what did you think about the tweet? We already know about the situation, but what did you think about Skip Bayless's tweet and Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless's dynamic on Undisputed?
Well, the tweet was definitely the wrong time for it. Like, honestly, nobody really cared about the game anymore. Everybody was just more focused on Hamlin's health at the moment. And when Skip posted out that tweet, and I was just like, bro, what? Are you really more concerned of the game than somebody's life who literally died for like a few minutes, and not just once, but twice? You know what I'm saying? Like, where's your heart in that? You can't possibly be sitting there and say, oh, well, how are they gonna do that so late in the season? Nobody gives a shit, bro. Everybody was just more concerned about Hamlin's health. And I think even like there was some comments from his family about that tweet. You know what I'm saying? And it was tasteless, heartless, and obviously wrong time for it. You know what I'm saying? Like he should have been more about, oh man, I hope Hamlin is gonna pull it through. Prayers go out to him and his family. But no, he didn't do that. And then he didn't even take it down. And you just heard him say, like, he stood by what he said. Like, bro, are you serious? Come on, man. You got to do better than that. You got to do better than that.
All right.
It's ridiculous that he even posted that out in the first place.
All right. What I would say, and I kind of, a lot of people got mad at Skip. Now, what I have put out the tweet, no, I would not have tweeted that. Me personally, I think the NFL did the right thing. I understand why people say, listen, he's injured. Other people have gotten injured and they haven't stopped the whole entire game for an injury. I get that. But this is a special circumstance. The brother died. And they brought him back. This is not like, oh, I broke my leg and it's a horrific injury, or my shoulder's hanging out and they had to pop it back in place, or, oh, my ribs are broken, I can't breathe, I need to take it easy. No, he flatlined, like legitimately flatlined, and then they had to bring him back to life. How do you expect his brothers, especially the brothers on his own team, how do you expect his brothers to go out there and play like that under those conditions? I understand why they stopped the game, and honestly, I think it was a good thing they did. You could argue both points, and I see both points. But me personally, that's my opinion on that. NFL did the right thing. You could always fix it up, fix the game, play the game another time. And it's even better that now he's doing well, and it looks like he's out of the woods and he's going to be okay. Now, the thing with Skip is a lot of people get mad at Skip. A lot of people are like, oh, you never played a game. A lot of people get mad at these journalists, these sports journalists and these sports people because they never played a game, and how are they commenting on the game that they never played? We do this shit every day in the barbershop. We do this shit every day with our friends. We comment on everything. We talk about fighters. Oh, Tank won last night. Me and my boy, the Facebook user, he know who he is. Me and my boy talking about Tank this morning. We've never had a pro fight, but we talk about boxing. We talk about basketball. Most of us have never played basketball in the NBA. We played basketball as kids in high school, college. We never played in the NBA, but yeah, we comment on basketball. The people on TV are doing the same thing we do every day amongst our friends and in the barbershop. Like, if somebody's bad, all right. If somebody's like, I hate when people get mad at these people too. Like, they got a job to do. They watch games, they comment and give their opinions on games. You've been watching a game for 20 years, 30 years. You know what's bad and what's not. So there's a way to do it respectfully. And I think that's where some people get mad, because it's like, yo, how you disrespecting these people playing the games? But yo, if their job is to critique what you do on TV, that let them do their damn job. Stop being so sensitive. So I understand why everybody gets mad at Skip and all of that, but I don't think the brother should be fired or anything crazy like that. Listen, to me, it's a mistake. He made a goddamn mistake. It was a bit tone deaf. It was tone deaf, but it was so egregious that fire Skip Bayless. Like, no, man, I shouldn't lose his job for a tone deaf. He didn't say anything so crazy where it's like, nah, we got to get rid of him. That's what I think. I think he made a mistake. Nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. And I think, God forbid this happens again, but if something like this happens again, he won't be as tone deaf. You know, we could all learn from this experience. But people calling for his job and all that, I think that's a bit excessive. What say you?
No, I say get rid of the motherfucker. No, I'm kidding. No, yeah, I see you.
Isaac.
No, but I see your point. I see your point. You're right. He didn't say anything like so disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? It was distasteful and definitely not the right time for it. He shouldn't lose his job. He should just what he needs to do is like take a step back and just really look at what he did and just you know take the responsibility and realize the mistake that he made.
I mean,
That's it.
shit,
I
he
think
stood
that's
on that shit. He said, "I stand by what I said."
exactly
I
like he
respect.
stood at
Listen, I respect that, bro. Listen, as a man, all you what did Scarface? What did Tony Montana say? All you got in this life is your balls and your word. He stood on that shit. He said, "Listen, I'm not taking shit down. I said what I said. If it was tone deaf, okay. If it was a little bit out of touch, okay. But I stand on that. I respect the man for that, and I respect Shannon Sharp for what he said.
Mhm.
That's all I can say about it. Like I don't Undisputed is a great show. I would hate to see those two split because of this, but it looks like there's a little bit of turmoil there. But I'm sure him and Stephen A had the same thing. People fight. Like me and you, we argue sometimes. It happens. You know what I'm saying? You do a show with somebody for so many years and you have a difference of opinion. You're gonna have disagreements, and as men, sometimes testosterone gets involved, and it's like it gets heated. It don't got to get heated to the point where it goes to violence, but it may get heated to the point where it's like, "All right, I don't want to talk to this dude for 2 days." You know, say I'll talk to you next week. Leave me alone. And then after that, it's like, all right, we cool, we move past it. It happens. It's not that serious, and we'll see what happens with them. But even with the Shannon Sharp thing, where he was like, Tom Brady had a better career than you. Put your glasses back on. I had more of a problem with that than I did with this tweet. Then when him and Shannon got into it over that. So that's it. But as always, best wishes to DeMar Hamlin. I'm glad you're
Yes.
doing okay, brother. We are glad
Mhm.
you're doing okay. All right, another big thing that happened. Tory Lanez.
Found
Guilty, I
guilty.
say. Guilty.
How dare you?
Man, so we're gonna hit Tory Lanez with the unfortunately, he got hit with the golden gun. And there's a lot that could be said. We are not gonna spend all day on this goddamn trial, but there's a lot that could be said about the things that happened during this trial. I'm going to pull it up real quick. Hold on. Now, a lot of people. All right, let's read it.
You got
Tory Lanez.
oh, okay, you got it. Because
No.
I got it too. I just pulled it up real quick.
Oh yeah, I got it. I got it. This is from CNN.com. So let's dissect this. A lot of a Los Angeles jury on Friday, this was a
You're
couple weeks
breaking up
ago,
again.
found rapper and singer Tory Lanez. Oh, oh shit! Hold on. Wait.
Stop the cap.
Good or not?
That sounds good now.
We good now? Still?
Yeah. No, you sound good now. You
Okay.
sound good.
Let me know if I break up again. Okay. If I break up again, I'll throw it to you. A Los Angeles jury on Friday found rapper and singer Tory Lanez guilty on 3 charges related to the July 2020 shooting of fellow rapper V Stallion in the Hollywood Hills. The Los Angeles County District Attorney told CNN Lanez had pleaded not guilty to assault with a semi-automatic firearm, carrying a loaded unregistered firearm in a vehicle, and discharge of a firearm with gross negligence, according to prosecutors. Megan accused Lanez of shooting her in the foot after she exited a vehicle they had been riding. And following an argument. In her testimony during the trial, Megan said things were tense in the car between her, Lanez, and her former friend and assistant Kelsey Harris. Billboard magazine reports the artist testified Lanez wanted her to come clean with Harris about the fact that the two of them had been intimate, but Billboard reports Megan was uncomfortable doing so because she knew Harris had a crush on the Canadian singer and rapper. Megan said she had exited the car when Lanez shot her. I started quote. I started walking away and I hear Tory yell, dance, itch. dance itch. We're not gonna say the whole thing. She tearfully testified, according to Billboard, I froze. I just felt shocked. I felt hurt. I looked down at my feet and I see all of this blood. Megan showed incredible courage and vulnerability during her testimony, despite repeated and grotesque attacks. LA County DA George Gassion said in a statement statement to CNN following the verdict. So there's a lot to be said about this. You want to go first?
No, you go ahead. You can start it off.
Okay. All right. So first things first, as far as okay, everybody gets this for the situation. Everybody gets booed and everybody gets this.
You stupid.
I saw an interview recently where Yayo was like, guns ain't nothing to play with. We don't play with guns. Where I'm from, my era, we didn't play with guns. It ain't nothing to play with. And he's right. And the thing is, this could have totally been everything in this whole situation was totally unavoidable. Like from her getting shot in the foot to them arguing to like I followed this trial loosely, so I basically know a lot of the facts that would happen. And to make a long story short, from what I heard and what people thought, because a lot of people thought Tory was going to get off. A lot of people, including me. I just thought it because it didn't seem like clear that he was going to lose. So from what I gather, Tory, Megan, and Chelsea are at this party. They asked Tory to go. They want to go to this party at Kylie Jenner's house. They go to the party. Tory's in the pool, chilling, talking to Kylie Jenner. Maybe they're flirting. Maybe they're not. Megan and Kelsey end up leaving, but then Megan and Kelsey comes back. I want to preface this by saying everybody's drunk. So Tory been drinking, Megan been drinking, Kelsey been drinking. They come back to the party, and from what we've heard, Megan was a little salty because Megan at the time is intimate with Tory, but Tory was also intimate with Kelsey. But Megan is the one who hooked up Tory and Kelsey in the first place, and then she started sleeping with him after I guess Kelsey got the Rona, and then she had to leave. When she left, they started doing what they do, and then Tory is out here now, maybe or maybe not flirting back and forth with Kylie Jenner. Megan gets upset about this. She gets heated. She's under the influence. She's drunk. Everybody gets mad. Kylie Jenner asks them to leave. Megan, like, yo, I think it's time for you to go. You got to leave. She wants Tory to leave. Tory don't want to go. But he ends up leaving reluctantly. They get into the car. An argument ensues. And then Tory is like, yo, why are you getting mad? Why are you over here getting mad at me, Kelsey? Because Megan is sleeping with, everybody that you hook up with. And then next thing you know, he starts dropping names. I'm not going to do all of that here. Not that serious. And he starts dropping names of all these athletes, entertainers that that Kelsey was also sleeping with or hooked up with. I guess Kelsey now gets mad at Megan. They may or may not have had a fight. And maybe they were fighting over the gun. Maybe they weren't. And next thing you know, a gun is involved. It goes off. Maybe it ricochets into Megan's foot. Craziness ensues. Cops are called. Now, this whole thing, like, there's so many points where this could have been avoided, and it's freaking sucks and it's sad because Megan is a victim in all this. Like, she's still the one who got shot. So regardless of what anybody thinks of Megan, about how she flipped her story, about how first she said she wasn't intimate with Tory on Gail's on that show with Gail. And then she flipped the script when she was on the stand and said, yes, we weren't intimate. Like, what? Like, everything that went on there could have been avoided. everything. If Tori stays at the party, it's avoided. If Tori doesn't start talking about all this nonsense with these chicks, it could have been avoided. Like if if Megan and all of them maybe wasn't drinking, maybe it could have been avoided because they would have used their brains. Because when you're drinking and you're drunk, you ain't really thinking properly. Like everything could have been avoided here if there was no pew pew involved and there's no pew pew in the car. It could have been avoided. Like
Yep.
there's so many points of entry, and then the brother gets locked up right before Christmas, and then the internet is like laughing and shit. They got memes of like what he's gonna eat in jail. Like I've worked at a jail. Jail food is terrible. Like you know what I'm saying? And then they're like putting memes up of what he's gonna have for Christmas. His kid is, his father's mad at Rock Nation and everybody else and blaming Jay-Z. And like, it's like, no, bro, no. The people involved know what happened. This could have been avoided in so many points. And it's like, I didn't think he was going to get convicted. I'm not going to lie. The only thing I think they might have got him on is having the gun in the first place, if it's not registered. Because gun laws in certain cities, especially in LA and New York, certain cities, gun laws are just strict as hell. And you can't really have a gun unless you got a permit, and the permits are very difficult to get. You got to jump through hoops to get them. So I think that might have been the only thing they would have got him on. And then not only is he going to jail, but when he gets out, he's getting deported immediately because he's going to be a felon. So all around terrible situation. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I mean, the story, just listening to you talk is just like ridiculous. But this is something that goes on in that industry. There's always somebody sleeping around with somebody, or they sleep around outside of the industry. Rest in peace to Easy, but that happened to him. You know what I'm saying? Like they all do this. So how you gonna get mad or feel some type of way if somebody else is doing what you're doing? You know what I'm saying? That's being a hypocrite. You're gonna get mad because he's fucking around with all these other girls, but you're like fucking around with all these other guys. It's asinine, bro.
And it kind of sucks. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Isaac. It kind of sucks for Megan because now everybody knows that she's like out here. You know what I'm saying? Like her whole history of dudes is like been put out on Front Street. So now everybody knows, because when you're in court, you gotta literally you gotta tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. So it's like now everybody knows she slept with this person and this person and this person. Like her whole like sex history is out there. So now she's probably embarrassed about, like, women don't want their shit out there like that. You know what I'm saying? Like as guys, we don't care, but women, I'm sure she didn't want her shit out there like that. And then Kelsey's out there with her shit out there like that. And it's like now the internet is like laughing like, oh, these chicks is getting passed around. But people don't understand. People with money, like athletes and entertainers, they do the same thing regular people do. Just like that dude and that chick at your job who's sleeping around. Entertainers and athletes do the same thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just do it with money. That's it. They have money and they do it in the Hollywood Hills instead of doing it in the projects. It's the same shit. Like, people are people. Some people have money, some people don't, but people are going to act the same way. So it sucks for her that her shit is out there like that. That sucks. But I mean, listen, it's like if he just didn't leave the party, if he just said, like, yo, I ain't leaving, I'm chilling. Or you gotta leave, I ain't leaving. Bye. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not having this conversation right now. It's just like, man. It's like the more I think about it, it's just like, yo, like us guys, we have to be so, like, we need to be solid in what we stand on. Like, we need to make sure that we do what we want to do. We mess with quality people. And that's not saying that they're not quality. That's nonsense. Like, I'm not saying like Megan or Kelsey's not quality, but I'm just saying in general, Like, we have to do what we want to do, because you could put yourself in a bad situation, and then next thing you know, because of yourself and the choice that you made, you're in this terrible situation, and now you looking crazy, and there's a pew pew involved, and shit can go left real quick. Like Ayo said, like, guns ain't nothing to play with, and that whole situation is just mind-numbingly tragic. Like, because now this dude, and if he cops to it, right? What do you think? How much time do you think he gets if he just pleads guilty?
Well, for what I'm reading, he's more than 20 years.
That's because he got convicted. But I'm just saying, if he would have pled guilty and not went to trial, what do you think he would have got?
Or if he pled guilty and I went to trial, he probably,
Yeah.
I don't know. Because the charges alone, that's I guess, I don't really know much about the law, so I'm gonna just go out and estimate. If it's more than 20 now because he got convicted, I'll probably say either 20 or less. I don't know.
He was already going to get 20 or less. Well, what I would say is this. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. This is not law advice, but what I do know, talking to people in a jail when I worked in a jail, if you go to trial and lose, you're wasting. They look at it as they're gonna try to throw the book at you, because now you done wasted the taxpayers' money. You done wasted the city's money. The city had to go through all of these hoops and spend all this money to go through a trial. And if you just plead guilty and work out a deal, and you got a good lawyer, maybe you get 1/4 or half the time. So maybe he gets 5 to 7 out in 2.5 years, good behavior, 3 years, good behavior, if he doesn't go to trial. But being that he went to trial and lost, now it's like you're at the mercy of the judge and whatever he wants to do. And the fact that he's not a citizen, they might just throw the book at this guy, because at the end of the day, he's a dude, he's a black dude, he's an entertainer, he's a rapper. They're making him, he's a rapper, so you think rapper, you think he's violent. So, all of these things are going to come into play. They might make an example out of him, which freaking sucks, but they might do it. It's just, it is what it is. So I don't like his chances. Not even gonna cap, bro. I don't like his chances. They might end up giving him 15 to 20. I'm thinking maybe they settle on 10 to 15. I don't think he gets the max. I don't think they're doing that. But I think 10 to 15 he might get, which freaking sucks, bro. Not even gonna cap. Sucks. Bad business. But to go in right at the holidays is just like, it's fucking terrible, bro. It's terrible. Oh man, I don't know. Listen, I wish him nothing but the best. Keep your head up. As for Megan, I wish her nothing but the best. Keep her head up, because she's gonna be going through some shit too. You think, because now people are looking at her like, and her testimony was crazy, because she was not really a credible witness. Like, she changed up story. One story was this, one story was that. The DNA evidence showed that the procedures they took were all messed up, because they didn't test her for gun residue, but they tested Kelsey, she had it. They tested Tory, his was unconclusive, so he might have had it, he might not have had it. And then they didn't test her for gun residue. Why are you not testing her for gun residue? And then she switched the story a bunch of times. And then Kelsey gets on the stand and she's like, I plead the fifth. I don't want to incriminate myself. So if you didn't have the gun, why are you pleading the fifth? Because you had the gun, probably. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, there's so much. Like if I'm a juror, right? And mind you, there were I think there were 7 women, 5 men
No,
on the jury.
no, nobody pleads the fifth if they ain't trying to tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like pleading the fifth is so you won't criminate
Bruh,
yourself.
that's what I'm saying.
So
So
you're hiding something, bro. If you're saying you pleading the
that's what
fifth,
I'm
you're
saying,
hiding
bro.
something.
It's like if I was a juror and I'm looking at that, I'm like, well, it kind of looks like maybe they were fighting for the gun and it went off and it was an accident. It doesn't sound like he just said dance itch and shot at her like it, and then but there are people. I think one of the witnesses said that he saw a guy shooting in the air. So shooting in the air is not shooting at somebody.
Right.
So, like I said, I didn't expect him to get convicted of all 3. I thought for sure they would get him for the unregistered gun because gun laws are strict. So I'm like, damn, they're gonna get him for that. But trying to like they got him for all 3, and it's just like from what I was hearing from the trial. Now I wasn't in the courtroom, so we're getting secondhand knowledge. But from what I was hearing, it just didn't sound like a jury was gonna because it was you got to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. And there's a lot of reasonable doubt, is what I'm trying to say. So I didn't see him losing, but 7 women, 5 men on the jury. What do you think?
They're all gonna
you
vote.
know what I'm
They're gonna
saying?
go for Meg. That's it.
You know what I'm saying? So, and listen, nobody knows what happened.
That's
Only,
crazy. How many
only the
women?
people there. I think there was 7 women, 5 men. If I'm not
7
mistaken.
women, 5. Yeah, he had no chance. That's like if there was a court right now and one of them was a white man. You have 5 white people and 7 black people. What do you think the outcome is gonna be of that, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Hey,
damn, bro. He had no chance.
I saw
He
something
had no
too
chance.
where somebody was in the courtroom and they said they looked at the jury when she was making like her when she because she had to take the stand. So when she had to take the stand, like when she's telling her giving her testimony, the jury just looked like like unsettled, like they looked like it impacted them. And another thing that didn't help him was he just kept talking about it and talk like he was doing Instagram lives. I think he was like dissing her in interviews and shit. And it's just like the first thing they tell you, like if you're going on trial or something, is do not talk about the case. That's the first thing a lawyer will tell you. I know people who are lawyers, and that's the first thing they say. Don't talk about the case. If you do an interview, I can't talk about this, that, and the third. And he just kept going on, and he was doing Instagram lives about it. And I think that hurt him, yo. I think that hurt him because now you're at the mercy of public opinion. You know what I'm saying? And the public pressure will influence a jury. I mean, how can it not? It's in the news. Like we are all influenced by what we see. And public opinion, the public pressure to convict will sway a jury left or right. It just will. So, like I said, there's a lot of reasonable doubt, but there are no winners here, man. Like it's going to be tough for her in her career because now people are going to be looking at her crazy. There's going to be like a friendship is done because of this. Somebody got shot because of this, and somebody's going to jail because of this. There are no winners, bro. There's no winners here at all. So it's just a shitty situation, bro. Very bad, very bad. Listen, hopefully everybody comes out of this.
And and this is shit that you you wouldn't want to be aired out there. I mean,
Yes, I'm saying it's her whole business
it's
is out
it's
there, bro.
crazy, bro. Like her whole business. Now his stake, and then I heard the Tory's father had said something like, I hope God judges you or something like that. And I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, he gonna ride for his son as he should. That's his
shit,
son.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So afterwards, he went on this whole rant outside of the courtroom, and he was honestly visibly upset. Why wouldn't he be? And he just went on a rant, and it was what it was. You know what I'm saying? What are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? What are you going to do? The jury has spoken. Now it's up to the judge to see what how much time the judge wants to give him. But then again, like I said, public pressure, and he's not a U.S. citizen, and he's a rapper. Come on, bro. They're gonna throw the book at Tory. And a woman got shot. A black woman got shot. Come on, son. It's not looking good.
At all.
Last topic, man. The Matrix. The Matrix is upon us. So, influencer Andrew Tate got locked up in Romania. Let's talk about that. So, let's talk about that. Now, we've spoken about Andrew Tate on this show before. He is a four-time. Wait, gets locked up. I had this up. I had to take it down. He is a four-time championship kickboxer turned YouTuber turned businessman, and he has basically blew up, and he's the most Googled man in America. And he's rose to fame out of nowhere. I've heard of Andrew Tate years ago, but I knew of him. I knew of him on YouTube, but there are no, like, the world didn't know who he was. But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a year ago, he just started up on everybody's algorithm.
You're breaking up
Everybody
again.
wants to do podcasts with him. Oh, I am? Damn, that's this. Oh, shit. Hold on. That's because of fucking Google. Hold on. All right. It should go back to normal. Give me a second. All right, what about now?
No, you sound good now.
All right. And sometimes I can't do what's the name. So he had went through everything. He had his claim to fame, and now he is the most Googled man in America. Him and his brother, they got a lot of they first started accumulating wealth when they ran a webcam business a couple years ago, and then now he's the most Googled man in America. So, former professional kickboxer Andrew Tate has been arrested in Romania in connection with human trafficking, rape, and forming an organized crime group. Officials confirmed to multiple news outlets the social media influencer appeared to be taken away in handcuffs from his villa in Bucharest, Romania on Thursday, according to reports. Now, back in April of last year, Andrew Tate also had he also was arrested in
It's happening again.
suspicion. Okay, I'm back. You hear me? Check.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, internet.
Stupid.
That's all I have to say. I told you, I'm going straight to the, after I get off of this and I put this up, bro, upgrade immediately. Swear to God. I swear to God, bro. This is annoying the hell out of me. One more time.
Stupid.
Let's try this again. So back in April, he was accused of the same thing, him and his brother. But we later found out the truth. The truth was he had a party. There was a woman, obviously there were many women, but there was a woman at his party who had a boyfriend. And she didn't want to be found, and she was hooking up with his brother Tristan. So what happened was, because she didn't want to get found out by her boyfriend, she lied and said that they took her against her will. So she called her boyfriend called the cops, and I think she was from England or something. Her boyfriend called the cops, and the cops showed up at his crib. He went, they detained him. They sorted through all the nonsense. They were like, oh, this chick is obviously lying, because there's videos of her partying. There's videos of her leaving and coming back. There was no video evidence of nothing of kidnapping. She just wanted to party, and she partied. She was hooking up with his brother, and she lied so that her man wouldn't find out. But everything got debunked. So now, again, here we are. More allegations, because he hasn't been convicted, so we gotta say allegations. More allegations of him going away under suspecting being suspected of trafficking and stuff like that. We know you are not too fond of Tate, but what do you think about this, bro?
Um. Well, I mean, I don't know what to really say. It's like shocking. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he is, if he is what they're saying, if he is doing what they say that he's was doing, um, damn, bro, that's crazy. You was once a boxer. Um, I assume famous because you say you've heard of him. So you was once a world famous boxer. Now you turn your life in allegedly turn your life in into criminal activities, like you're some mob boss or whatever. And it's just like that's crazy, bro. But it's not the craziest, like it's not the weirdest thing I've heard, because there's been other people that's been part of different industries that have done the same thing. I don't know if you remember that TV show Smallville. uh there was a female actress in there. Her real life name is Allison Mack, but I think on the show her name was Chloe. She was best friends with like Clark Kent and the other kid. She came out to have been arrested for doing the same thing, but it wasn't just human trafficking; it was children trafficking.
Yikes.
Um, and she admitted it. She admitted it. She came out. She even dropped a dime on the guy that she was working with at the time. So, you know what I'm saying? Like these things you got to really watch out for, especially when it comes to certain. I wouldn't say all of them are like that, but you got to be careful with some celebrities. Um, People in general, you just got to be careful with, because you don't know what their intentions are, and it's just like if he he allegedly did it, bro. My man looking
Listen,
gonna
if
be
he
looking
did it,
at a
real
lot of
talk.
years, bro. A lot of years. I don't think he might not even get out if he
Now listen,
survives.
now listen. There's a lot
Because
going on here.
dudes in prison, they hear uh somebody like Andrew Tate, he might defend himself against like 2, 3, but if you got a whole stack of dudes, bro, that's just not gonna look good, bro. It's just not gonna look good at all.
So I want you to listen to this real quick. Let me see.
I understand that
Can you hear that?
Mhm.
All right.
you get 3 strikes in this game. Strike 1 is they try and shut you up and discredit you, which I've just been through. Strike 2 is they try and put you in jail for no reason. And strike 3 is and one of my strikes is now gone, and I now firmly believe that they're going to try and shut me because they want me to be quiet.
I don't know, bro. Strike 1. So let's dissect that. Let's talk about that. Strike 1. They try to silence you and cancel you. Andrew Tate, and it was very, very public. He got kicked off of every freaking platform. It was a coordinated attack, quote unquote, by the Matrix. That's what he says. Facebook, Twitter, before Elon bought it, Instagram, and they closed some of his bank accounts. He's in interviews documenting all of this. If you want it, you could just Google Andrew Tate gets canceled, and you'll see interviews of him talking about how they was messing with his bank accounts. They was closing a lot of his stuff in America. They canceled him off of all social media. They tried to silence him because Andrew Tate's audience is young men. Like he does self-improvement. He tries to tell men, listen, get your act together, go to the gym, get your money up, try to be the top G, blah, 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 blah. That's his message. Go be the best person you can be, right? But he also plays this character in where he's extremely, people would say, misogynistic. Like he'll say like no, like uh he'll trigger women and say men are better than women, and the women will get all upset. Like he'll be in an interview and he'll say men are better than women, and he goes to extremes to get attention so that people could talk about him. But then when he stops and he breaks it down, it's like, oh, okay. Instead of saying like, oh, okay, men are stronger than, like, men can lift heavier things than women can. He'll say men are stronger than women. And then women, they get triggered, and then he'll be like, oh, what? So he's playing a character. It's like a little bit playing a character, and a little bit, trying to hit the algorithm, and a little bit. I know what he's doing. I know I'm not articulating it well, but I know what he's doing. He's playing a role, and it's a lot of it is entertainment, just so that he can hit the algorithm and get his views up. But I think a lot of what he says is true. Men should be better. Men need to stop being lazy. Men need to do what they need to do. But I'd be the first thing to say, if these things are found out to be true, then yes, he should be punished to the fullest extent of the law. Do I personally think they're true? I don't think so, because I don't see it. Like, I don't see it. I don't. But stranger things have happened. But this would be his strike too. And he's on record saying that he would never self-delete himself. So if he ends up self-deleted somewhere, then I don't know. But this is very telling, because I don't like cancel culture. I don't. And just because somebody says something you don't like, that doesn't mean you try to cancel them. Maybe you should seek understanding or why they feel that way. But to try and cancel them, like Isaac, you say, I like peanut butter. And I'm like, no, I like jelly. Peanut butter ain't shit. That don't mean I'll cancel you because you don't like jelly. You like peanut butter. Like, that doesn't make sense.
None whatsoever.
You got to defend. I defend people's right to say what they want to say. Now, that doesn't mean everybody says things that are right, but you got to defend their right to say it. That's America. Freedom of speech. You can say what you want to say. Get your point across. You can't be like, oh, nah, now you can't. You could only say this much. Because when you start censoring one thing, where does it stop? Because you're going to offend everybody. Nobody's going to like you, Isaac. Like, you can't appease everybody, Isaac. You're going to offend somebody by saying something. You can say, I like watermelons. Now the watermelon haters are going to hate you. So it's like you can't appease everybody. So I'm going to continue to monitor the situation to see where it goes. But these dudes are very wealthy. They got a lot of money. They got a lot of influence online. They're in Romania, but Tate has been on record as saying that, it's a safe country, but it's, there is some under the table shit going on over there sometime with the government. So, if they want you bad enough, who's to say that you can't pay off the government to keep you locked up or something like that? Like, a lot of black alley, dark alley shit can go on in countries like that all over the world. So who knows what can happen? But I don't know if you know about this dude, Patrick Bet-David. You know who that is? Have you heard of the BPD podcast? He interviewed Andrew Tate for 4 hours, talking about everything and anything that has gone on. And he is a very wealthy man, Patrick Bet-David. Just Google him. BPD podcast, Google him. Very wealthy, a lot of views all over the place. And he was what he said on his podcast was true. He was like, Andrew Tate's message, if what he says is true, right? He has to go up. He can't be making too many enemies, because if you're going against the establishment, right, you need strong and powerful allies. You can't just be saying shit against the man. We all know what that means, right? And you can't be disrupting what they're trying to do and don't think that they're not going to retaliate against you. You need strong and powerful allies, and you can't be making enemies everywhere. We've seen this in movies. Like, this is some movie James Bond shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. We're going to continue to monitor the situation to see what happens, but this is very interesting. He's already been canceled, and now he's uncanceled, and now all of a sudden these charges come out of nowhere. Oh, no. I don't know. He said this too, so we'll see.
And you know what that's like, bro? They seized 11 of his cars. 11.
Yeah.
11. My man had a lot of cars and they seized them
Bro,
all.
he's very wealthy, bro. He's very rich, bro. Like he's got a lot of M's, you know what I'm saying? And he's got a lot of M's. So, you know, he's got FU money. When you got FU money, you could pretty much say what you want to say. But the problem is he's going against the establishment. Like he's going against whoever they are, right? You know what I'm saying? So when you do things like that, they come in with the full force, bro. You got to be careful and tread lightly.
Exactly.
So I don't know. But that was a big thing, man. I don't know. We're gonna continue. We got to continue to see what's going on with Mr. Tate.
Mr. Tate.
We gotta see what's going on there. Oh man, you got anything else, man? What else you got before we get the hell out of here?
What do you think is gonna happen to Alex Correa, bro? He already failed like 2 physicals, and we don't even know what's gonna happen between him and the Mets. For what I'm hearing, if they don't come to some type of agreement,
how they fail him?
So apparently, Alex Correa has sustained an injury. I think it was like a leg injury or something like that, like years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might have something to do with his physical. Just I guess whoever's checking him out just didn't seem right. So because of that,
he's playing like a great. He's playing. He's hurt. Imagine if he would.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it's like, he already shut down one. He already left one team that grabbed him up to go play for the Mets once he heard the Mets wanted him. When they did the physical, he failed that physical. And now there's talks of his contract with the Mets, but there has not been some type of agreement going on. And I think Steve Cohen said that if nothing happens, that they're going to back out of that contract with Correa. And I mean, listen, I know what he's trying. I know what he wants. He wants a good stack. You know what I'm saying? He wants a good, little good. I think it's like 200 or 300 mil a year or something like that. And
that won't be a year. That'll be his whole contract. That's.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Ain't nobody getting $1 billion contract.
Like, so it's like if you're trying to get that, but you're not physically healthy, you ain't gonna get that. They're gonna try to knock down what you're asking for, and if you can't come up with an agreement, then they're just gonna back out of that contract, and that's. I mean, listen, I hate to see like all players for whatever, whether you're wrestling or you're playing sports, I hate to see, people not work, especially when they love doing what they do. But I mean, at some point you have to be lenient and come to some type of agreement with the team that you want to play for. You know what I'm saying? And he wants to play for a New York team. So right now it could be either for the Mets or the Yankees. You know what I'm saying? Like he wants to play in New York. So if you want to play in New York, bro, just be lenient. You know what I'm saying? Try to see eye to eye with them, come up in the middle somewhere and get that contract and then start playing. You know what I'm saying?
Or just get your shit fixed.
Or yeah, get your shit fixed.
That seems like a real simple solution to me. Go and get your shit fixed. If you got to take a little bit less, take a little bit less. Get your shit fixed. Call it a day. Like it's really not that. It's not that hard. Like just go get. If you're really hurt and there's something going on that can be fixed, then fix it.
Exactly. Like I'm pretty sure. I mean, all players have a good insurance because they could pay for it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, just go get it fixed. Then come back to the table.
So yeah, so look, so he joins the Mets on a 12-year, $315 million deal. As the thing with the Giants didn't quite work out. So he comes to the Mets, he fails that physical, and I'm pretty sure now they're trying to get him down to probably if I was the Mets, even though I know he wants more money, if I was the Mets, they're probably talking him down to at least 120 mil or maybe less than that. You know what I'm saying? Because he right now you're physically not worth 315 mil. You know what I'm saying? So I don't
Yeah,
know,
and
bro.
it also depends on what the actual injury. What is the injury? Does he have like a torn ACL he's been playing on? Like what is the problem, and how much is it going to cost to fix it? And all like you got to factor all of that in. So hopefully they could come to an agreement because if he's an exceptional player but he's been hurt, you know, then it's worth it to sign him for maybe a little less. Let him get fixed up, patched up. Maybe he comes in halfway through the season when he's 100%, and then you roll out. Maybe you don't give him 315. Maybe you give him 280. Maybe you give him 290. Why not?
Yeah, this whole talk is I'm over here like, so what's gonna happen? And like I said, Twitter is like the fastest news source you could ever get. So I'm just like, I mean, something has to be done like ASAP because everybody's just dying to know what's gonna happen with Correa now. Because if the Mets back out and another team tries to grab him, this is not gonna look good at all. You know what I'm
No, not
saying?
even a little bit.
It's not gonna look good. And I know he's gonna want more money, and whatever team lands him, they're not gonna give him what he's asking for. So I don't know. I don't know. This whole Alex Correa thing is like,
Well, he's gonna have to figure it out eventually, or else he
mhm.
ain't, or just not play. So somebody's gonna cut him a check. But if, like I said, it's weird that somebody is like not healthy and then they're asking for all this money. That doesn't make sense, especially if it's something that happened years ago. That sounds stupid. So I not you're stupid. I'm saying that sounds stupid. It makes no
Stupid.
sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make
So
sense.
so my thing is there's something going on that the public doesn't know, and hopefully they come to terms with it and it gets fixed, whatever his ailment is. Go if it's something that can be fixed, go fix it. If your value has dropped because now the team is going to have to pay for your surgery or whatever, then you got to take a little bit less or work it out with bonuses or something. But figure it out.
Okay, so Correa injured his lower right leg on a slide into third base and underwent surgery on a fractured right fibula and ligament.
Is he? He's probably rehabbing it now. So yeah,
I mean, he would still have to because that's serious, bro.
yeah. He broke his leg, so he broke his leg. They patched him up, let him rehab it, but because he broke his leg and he's not 100% healthy, they don't want to pay him 315. So like I said, maybe they could come to a terms on 280 or 290.
Damn, they dropped his agreement a lot though, because it was for 12 years, 315 mil. So if you take out the 31 from that, the new agreement that hasn't even been announced yet, Mets wants to give him a 12-year deal, 12-year for 5 million.
That don't make sense, Isaac. They want to give him 5 million a year for 12 years.
Well, this is what it says. Correa landed in New York on Thursday for a physical to finalize a new 12-year, 5 million agreement, but the deal has not been announced yet.
12-year, 5 million. That's got to be 5 million per year, and he's probably worth way more than that because that's only 60 million. So
Like the Giants have raised concerns about Carlos Correa's surgically repaired lower right leg, potentially jeopardizing their 12-year, $5 million agreement.
That's a typo. Yeah, that's a typo. That's 5 million a year is like what somebody low would get. That's not what an all-star caliber player would get.
Yeah,
that's a typo.
That's a typo.
Yeah, maybe it was 12 years, 50 million a year. Nah, because then that's like 500 million. Well, it's a typo. So whatever you're looking at. But like I said, if they dropped it, they saw something in the X-rays that they didn't like.
That would be
So
260 mil. That would be like the total. If you times that by 52, because it's 52 weeks in total for the year, that would be 260 million of his contract. And he's asking for 350 million. So you literally just
they dropped them from
Yeah.
350 to 260.
to 260.
What I said, 280? Yeah, see, that's what I would. That makes sense. Because I said 280, and they said 260.
Yeah,
So
that's a $55 million decrease in his contract.
yeah, 55 million is still 55 million. So it's easy to talk about that when you ain't never had $1 million in your bank account. So I ain't never had $1 million in my bank account. So I wouldn't know what it's like to lose 55 million. But we'll see if they could come to an agreement. You know, if he needs to show he needs to show that he's physically okay. And if he's physically okay, maybe he can negotiate for that 315. But if he's fucked up and they got to take a chance on him, listen, it is what it is. Maybe you could get them back up to 280, 290. I mean, it doesn't seem like they're that far apart. You know,
Yeah, like I said, all they have to exactly is wiggle room. All you have to do is just
there's wiggle room there. So all they
meet
got to
up
do
somewhere in the middle, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They got
asking
time
for
to wiggle. They got time to wiggle for that.
If your new contract, right, you're asking for 315 mil. If your new contract now drop because of your injury, they're asking now the new agreement is going to be 260 mil. Try to see if you can get somewhere in the middle.
In the middle, yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're lenient, and we all know the Mets are desperate for players. So if they can get you to
and
stay,
they got the money,
and they got the money
to
get you to stay, man, just take it, bro. So this whole thing of his contract is like watching Shark Tank. You know, they'll offer something to the Sharks offer something back. They counter. I'm over here like, dude, just take the fucking deal.
Yeah,
or whoever they are.
It's all part of negotiation.
Just take it, because after this, I don't think he's gonna get anything anywhere close to what the Mets are gonna offer him now in their new deal. You know what I'm saying? So
it's all negotiation. They gotta negotiate. They'll figure it out. He's gonna get signed. They'll come to an agreement. I have no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna get signed. Just give it a couple weeks. It'll happen.
Oh, we'll see.
We will.
All right, that's it.
So you got all right. So
You stupid.
wrong button. That's what I meant to hit. It's right under it. I hit the wrong button. So everybody, Happy New Year. We are back Sundays. We will land on the time probably between 9 and 10 or 9 and 11, depending. But Sundays, we are back, baby. So Happy New Year to everybody, 2023. We are here. We got Isaac out here. We got RJD out here. We will be here to deliver all of the entertainment that you know and love and come to understand from us. God Talk Uncensored. So we have the new logo. This is the God Talk Uncensored podcast. We will be debuting new stuff, new intros coming soon. We will be promoting the Discord coming soon. I saw that you hooked that up, Isaac. That was quick. But it's coming. All that stuff is coming. So look out for that and look out for all the dope
It's not
content.
coming. It's already here. All I got to do is just send out the link now.
We haven't promoted it yet, bro. So shush.
You stupid.
And what can you do right now before we leave? Promote it. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have a Discord made by me because I'm the fastest finger tech here. And way better than Ray Sean because he likes to loop shit. So we have a Discord. I will be sharing the link. I will be sharing the link into the Facebook group chat. And all you got to do is just join and be part of the community that me and Ray Sean are trying to build like everybody else, man. Like everybody else. If they stream, they got a podcast, they have a community. And they built it. And over the years, I know we're going to get more people. We're gonna build a bigger community, and who knows? God Talk Uncensored podcast could definitely be a brand, a networking brand, where it's just not us, but multitudes of other podcasters and streamers out there. That's the vision, and it's gonna happen. Whether it'll take 5 years, 6 years, 4 years, it's going to happen. And I believe it wholeheartedly.
Okay. I ain't got nothing else to add to that. So, with Isaac, the pretty boy Poppy, we need to get you a new name for 2023. We'll figure it out. For the pretty boy Poppy, Isaac, for me, RJD, Mr. Sexual Chocolate Balls and Sexy himself, we are out of here. Peace out, y'all. I'm not going to lie.